When I was young, I had a dream of one day becoming a world-famous ballet dancer. Now, having achieved that and danced on some of the greatest stages around the world, I find it absolutely fascinating how many people share that exact same dream. This is an exploration of the emergence of classical ballet in the most unlikely places. I'm traveling the world to talk to people in these countries who are passionate about this art form. Welcome everyone to this special Ballet Rising interview with Janine Younes. Janine, thank you so much for being here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, great. So I was just thinking about it right before when we were just getting set up. We actually met right here, standing at this bar.
The first class. It was with you, my first class.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, great. And you had just moved here from Lebanon, right?
Yes, in October, after the bad events that happened in August, I decided that it's enough. We have to move for my kids, for myself. And I think I did a good job. I'm really enjoying it. I miss home a lot, but at the moment, everything is going very critical. So, and I got used to here, so
oh, great.
It was a good decision.
Yeah, nice.
Despite feeling homesick a lot of time.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, when I first met you, I thought, oh wow, that's great, a dancer from Lebanon. You know, I've traveled around the world a lot. I'm constantly talking to dancers from all sorts of countries, and Lebanon is not a country that you often meet ballet dancers from. So I thought, oh, I would love to just sit down and talk to you a little bit more and learn a little bit about yourself, and also just talk a little bit more about ballet just in general in Lebanon and the Middle East. So. I would love it if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you grew up and how you got into ballet. How did that spark start?
First, I grew up in a town called Byblos. They say that the first letter were from this city, and they traveled around the world.
Wow.
Yeah. I never heard of ballet until I was almost 20.
Wow.
So I was looking on YouTube to see some music for Romeo and Juliet. And then I saw the bedroom pas de deux of Alessandra Ferri.
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow, what is this? How does she do it? Then I decided I want to do ballet. I thought something so easy. And the next day, some things happened really by coincidence in life. Next day, I see on the TV an interview with, I think, the very first teacher of classical ballet in Lebanon. She was talking about ballet and everything. I was like, that's interesting. And the best thing was that her studio was close to my house because I didn't have a car and how to get there. So I said, okay, this is where I should go. I called. I told them, yeah, I did ballet before, so I can get into the other class, so they don't put me with the 5 years old.
Little white lie. That's okay.
I went there, the first class. How I did the first class, well, everything was by imitation. It's like, let's see how she does this one. I always stood behind the best one.
Yeah.
I imitated her. After 1 month, I decided I want to do point shoes too. I bought point shoes.
Oh, wow.
I watched how they go on point and everything. Yeah. It's like, I enjoyed it. I used to do like 4 times a week. I based my work schedule and my university schedule. I was doing my MBA at the same time.
Oh my gosh, wow.
So I don't miss the class. Also, one day I had an exam from 5 to 8, so I finished it at 6:30 so I can go to class. Yeah, these were the first 4 years. At the 4th year, I heard about a French teacher from Opéra de Paris. he was coming to Lebanon to teach the French method, to try to boost the ballet in Lebanon, because there was and there is still a big lack of good teachers that really teach the right technique and the professional method. So I was like, yeah, I want to go and see him. I tried his class. I was so happy in his class. Like before, I never heard about tend le pied, point your feet, hold your arm. Like it's like, wow, those things exist. So I started going to his class, and unfortunately, he only stayed 9 months because nobody was really serious about working hard, and it was very, very, very tough. And you know, it takes a lot of discipline and work to reach the level that he wants. So he was, I think, not disappointed, hopeless. And he left. And when he left, I was like, oh my God, where should I go? I used to hear about one teacher in Lebanon that she was very, very serious and good, and that her classes were very hard. So I was like, that's the only choice I have now. So I went to a ballet shop to buy some stuff. The owner of the ballet shop is her sister. She said, you should go there. You should go there. Look, you have strong feet. You should go there. I said, no, I cannot. It's so hard. Just try it. So I went there. First class, I was like, wow, the class is like 2 hours.
Wow.
It's so hard. Like everything is so intense. It needs so much energy. So I used to do 1 class a week. Then it's like, Janine, you need to do more. You have a lot of potential. You need to work it out. Yeah, but it's so hard. You'll get used to it. Little by little, I started going every day. And I've been with my teacher since 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really amazing. She's really, really great. I have never seen a teacher with so much patience and so dedicated. Like she would, for me personally, she would correct the same thing every day. Like she doesn't give up, you know.
Relentless.
Yeah, she would still say the same thing every day, and it doesn't change. Yeah, and during those years, she started a project, because we don't have an opera, of teaching the kids of poor families that cannot afford ballet classes for their kids.
Oh, great.
So she contacted like the schools that where they go, and she made an agreement with them that we will collect them and taxis and everything. We'll bring them to the studio.
Wow.
Yeah, she provided them with the outfits, everything, and she had like 100 applications. She would do a selection the first month, and phase after phase, some will go, some will stay. I gave group classes every day. I teach them.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was in 2009 or 10. They were really, really good to teach, because they were there because they like it, and they were young. They were like 9 or 10. So the changes happen very fast, and how they listen. A lot of them stayed. Then there were problems with the fundings, and it got a little bit complicated. And then, you know, with time, they need to work out to do the class every day. And some of the parents cannot have their kids outside home every day. So only a small group stayed, from which one of them, who is like now my friend, because it's like 10 years later. Yeah. And I dance with her. It's bad that it didn't really lead to what she really wanted it to be, because of many economical fund problems, and also the parents that don't really understand what it takes to build a ballet career. They think it's like a hobby or an activity that you do once or twice a week. Yes, it's a shame.
Yeah, that's sort of a global thing. It's I got that a lot when I was a kid. People would ask me, "Okay, that's nice. You want to do ballet, but what are you going to do for a job? What are you going to do to make a living with that?"
Exactly, and the parents, how they will understand it, especially from countries like Lebanon, where they're a little bit more conservative. They haven't seen like an opera, like people having jobs, being a ballet dancer, what it is like. So it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I can't imagine how that must be. I mean, for me, I could point. We had a professional ballet company in my hometown in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it was a very good company. So I could point and say, look, it's a profession. It's not something that you just do for fun. It's a real job, and it takes a lot of dedication. But
yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine what it's like for people in countries or cities where there isn't a professional ballet company, where you don't have something to point to.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have a reference to look at.
Yeah, there's no reference, and so that just adds a whole layer of difficulty on top of it already.
It's true. When I traveled to Dubai, I lived there, I think, 1 year. Mm-hmm. I went also to some ballet classes. They have an opera now in Dubai. It's really nice, but it opened after I left.
Yeah, I heard it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. They bring really nice ballet shows. Even in Lebanon, they used to bring a lot of shows before the revolution of 2019 that broke the country. It's also a little bit of all levels, because there are a lot of different nationalities, so it was nice to see different aspects of ballet and dancers, how they go. And then after it, I went to Bahrain. It needs a lot of work too. It's always the lack of opera and the actual ballet institution and in the country for people to look at, for kids to look at.
And ballet institutions are very much like sports institutions and other major institutions. It's not something you can just build in a day. It's like you build an opera house and then just hire a bunch of dancers. No, it takes time to develop
a lot of time,
bring people together. And
the right character, the body.
Exactly.
It's a mix of everything.
Build a sort of history and building a cohesiveness to the company is something that takes time and energy.
Yeah, I know. And I wish we had a little bit of more chances to have more professional dancing in Lebanon. But I would always say that my teacher is what's really, really one of the best teachers I have seen.
Right.
I have learned a lot of really small details about ballet that I would have never heard about it anywhere. So
those are the best teachers.
Yeah.
Because we focus a lot on tendus and turnout and all the basic things that teach you about ballet. But ballet is, in the end, it's an art. And those teachers that find those nuanced little ways of giving you information that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten, those really fill your soul.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have those hard ballet classes, those 2-hour ballet classes that just murder you. And that's why people keep coming back for more.
Yeah, exactly. You become addicted.
Yeah, it's painful and it's hard and you sweat and you work.
But after it, you feel so good.
Yeah.
You really become addicted. When I first got pregnant with my daughter, I was like, wow, 9 months, I'm not gonna dance. No, 2 weeks later, I'm going back to dance. And honestly, when I'm pregnant, the flexibility is amazing, and the balance. The balance, the more my belly is bigger, the more the balance is.
I can't imagine how that must throw off your balance.
No, it's because I'm very heavier. I'm heavier, so I'm like, oof, I can stay there forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have tried that.
Like my tour arabesque, like normally I would go left and right, but when I'm pregnant, I go straight. Wow. Because you cannot flip right.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cross my mind, but...
Yeah, but the only thing is the jumping, so...
Oh yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I used to do like the jumps in first position with a very soft landing, like it's supposed to be, with
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I can imagine.
So yeah, I kept dancing until 2 days before I went to deliver.
Wow. Wow.
And they told me everything will be so easy because you dance. Like, no, I'm having a C-section.
Oh wow. Yeah, that can't be easy.
Yeah, the best thing is the music in class and feeling my daughter move. It's so cute.
That must be amazing too, because I've heard that the music for kids, even before
It's
they're
really
born,
nice.
they hear the rhythm and they feel the movement and
They
everything.
do.
It's quite a fascinating dynamic there.
Yeah, and your shape is really weird also.
Yeah. So the Middle East has had a history of classical ballet. I think there was once a company in Cairo.
Yeah.
There's been several companies or attempted companies. There was actually a company in Tehran, Iran, for a little while before the revolution there. But it seems like it hasn't really caught on. It kind of, they pop up and then they go away. Tell us a little bit about the history of ballet in Lebanon.
So first, I told you about the very first teacher that I saw on the TV. She opened the first École Libanaise de Ballet. My current teacher, she used to go there too. I think she was the first ballet school there. And then, the competition started here and there, and people opening and trying to open studios. Where I used to go, I still go when I go home, it's the Beirut Dance Company. It's also, because of the situation in Lebanon, we cannot do shows anymore. It's been a long time. No shows have been produced.
Wow, that must be so difficult.
Yeah, nobody will come watch. First, there's a revolution. It's not safe.
Is primarily because of the safety, or what is the?
It's the safety. Not the safety. It's you can prepare for a show and book a theater, and then you don't know what will happen. Another revolution. The roads are closed. You cannot do it. And then with the COVID, so these past 3 years, my teacher was trying so hard to do a show. Like she misses producing shows.
I can imagine, and the audiences must miss being able to watch
Yeah.
shows. I mean, not just ballet, but any kind of.
But every time she starts, something happens. She starts the rehearsals, and something happens, and then we close again.
So it's just all of the uncertainty with everything that's happening.
But she's done a lot of shows. The last one she did was in Paris with Marie-Agnès Gillot.
Wow.
The dress. It was really nice. It was a mix of partenariat between the two, and it was really, really nice. And Paris it was really good.
Yeah. Wow. I can imagine.
Yeah, but after that,
She was an incredible dancer.
yeah, she is.
Wow.
So where we really miss having productions, especially in classical ballet, because if it's not perfect, honestly, you don't really want to put it on in shows.
You always want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, if it doesn't have at least the requirements of ballet, like the shape of ballet, you don't want to see it on the stage, even though a lot of people would do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's a way also to encourage. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe a little bit, a few years later, things will become better. And sometimes people think it's perfect, but it's not. Sometimes you have the lack of knowledge about what is right and what is not.
Yeah. I mean, it's great for me. I enjoy all levels of ballet. I mean, I've seen all the greatest dancers in the world. I've danced with some of the greatest dancers in the world, and I love to watch their performances and the high level of technique and the artistry and everything like that. But for me as well, I'll watch some amateurs who really maybe don't have the best idea of what they're doing, but are really going for it. And
Yeah, exactly. It's the feeling.
it's great to see that sort of passion. And for me, there's the technique, and that's extremely important, but there's also just the passion.
Yeah, the feelings they give you, it's very important.
Yeah.
It's true. We will see what will happen in the next years, but at the moment, with the economical situation, it's really bad.
Yeah. So what's your outlook on the future of classical ballet in Lebanon or just the Middle East in general? Do you have any sort of feelings of where it might go, or how we can sort of help the situation? How could ballet help the problems in the Middle East? I know that's an enormous
Well, for me,
problem.
ballet is really nice side of life. The artistic part, what it brings to life, something different, something that will take you away from all the stress, routines, the same things every day. I think it's really important, even if people will not dance, they will only want to go and watch a show. The option to have to be able to go and watch a show for 2 hours, maybe. When you watch a show, you are in another world. So having this option is really important. And at the moment, in the Middle East, I think in countries that are doing well, like Dubai, Qatar, they have more options and ability to get good teachers, good, what do you say?
No, they have good facilities.
So you can have a good result.
Well, they have certainty.
Yeah.
You can put on a performance 6 months from now, and you don't have to worry about
Yes,
whether
exactly.
something's going to happen. You have a fair.
And the dancers will come and rehearse regularly. So, but in my country, we have a lot of people who would love to be able to do it. But at the moment, I have no idea what's going to happen. But still, I can see a lot of my friends, they still go, take classes. One of them, I know a guy who is, I think, 19 years old. He's so talented. I feel bad for him that he is not using the time to develop himself. He's been in some workshops with Vaganova. He went to Russia and other places.
Oh, great.
He's really talented. It's a shame he's missing his best years to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of dancers right now feel that way. I mean, it's just such a helpless moment with COVID-19.
I wish COVID was the only problem.
Well, yeah. We're very fortunate here.
In Lebanon, you forget it's COVID.
We're very fortunate here in Europe that COVID is one of our few problems. But,
I hope it gets better soon.
Yeah.
And things will go back to the way they are.
Yeah. Well, I remember a friend of mine. He used to live in Beirut many years ago, and he was telling me that there's just such a lust for life there that you don't find in other places.
It's true.
I remember he was telling me they were in a club and everybody was dancing and having
every day is worth it.
And he said that there was actually a shell, a bomb shell from a fight that had happened previously, and it was still live. But nobody had come to pick it up and take it away yet, and they just he said everyone just danced around it. And he said that the mentality was, we have to party today because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
And so people just danced like there was no tomorrow, literally.
and also it's because you face tomorrow with better spirit.
Yeah.
I did my best yesterday, today I will do my best. Yeah. Even when I moved here, I don't want to think of it like in 1 month's time I will be able to do this. I try, even with my kids, sometimes in the morning I'm so tired, I don't want to go to class. But I know that do it, you will feel so much better. Maybe tomorrow you cannot go to class, just do it. So I think with the current situation, you have to think of it like this.
Yeah.
And yes, the Lebanese, they love live events, everything that is full of good energy. When they used to bring a lot of ballet shows to our Casino du Liban, it was fully booked like a lot of months before. Only once I was able to watch one.
Oh, wow.
So Yeah, but I think they miss this situation a lot, especially lately.
I can't imagine it. It's something I've never experienced
at the moment, the question is about are we gonna be able to provide food tomorrow, fuel? It's really bad at the moment. Unfortunately, for such a beautiful country, it's really. I feel sad for it, especially for what happened in August. I've never ever felt so sad for my country. Like before, there were things, war and stuff. It's like it's a war, but what happened in August? Like, no, why?
Yeah,
it was shocking.
Yeah, and you're talking about the blast that happened, and you were actually near when it happened, right?
Yeah, and I was lucky because that day it was the first day I actually missed my class. I was not feeling well, so I took my bags. I wanted to go. Usually I take the way next to the port, right on the time of the blast.
Oh my gosh.
To go to the studio.
Wow.
That day I took my bags, I stood up, I did some plié in the house. I was like, what is this? It's not gonna change anything if I don't go today. I put my bags back, sit in the bed and relax. Then I feel my bed, that's like 20 kilometers far.
Yeah.
I feel my bed shaking. It's like, I don't feel well at all. So that was like,
yeah.
Then it's like I heard the windows like, poof.
Yeah.
I stood up, I forgot I was tired. I ran to the living room to see where my kids were. I thought it was an earthquake.
Yeah.
And then it stopped. I went on the balcony. I thought it was planes dropping bombs because something in my mind.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody was looking at the sky. They thought it was a war.
Yeah.
Strikes. And it was not. Then we put the TV and the disaster.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard anything but amazing things about Lebanese people. Like I said, a very good friend of mine lived in Beirut for many years, and I've met other Lebanese people. Actually, one of my favorite restaurants here in Amsterdam is Lebanese.
Which one?
I can't remember the name of it, but it's right by Safari Park. It's really good food, and the people there are super nice. But yeah, it's really. It's incredible because, you look at the news and you think, oh, Lebanon, oh my gosh, what's happening there? But then you meet Lebanese people and you understand a little bit about Lebanese culture, and you think these people are amazing.
Yeah, if you go there, it's different.
Yeah, a lust for life and some of the most generous people in the world.
Yeah, it's true. Like it's a different character. Like even when I meet other nationalities, I would do things that it doesn't cross their minds. Maybe like other mothers, what I would do for friendship or for events for the kids. It's a mindset also. We're different. It's different. We like a lot to create a nice ambience and. Like we said before, use every day as a good opportunity to feel good, do something nice.
Live life.
It's not always being alone and feeling at peace. Sometimes you find peace at the end of the day when you have done something good.
Wow. So do you... This is the moment in all of my interviews where I just like to ask people, do you have anything you'd love to say to the world about ballet, about life, about art, just anything you'd love to just tell the world?
Yeah, I think ballet is a lot like life. It takes a lot of patience, and what hurts today, and what takes a lot of work today and pain, it will pay back later. And progress doesn't come very fast. It will surprise you suddenly. One day you will wake up and you will feel like, wow, this is happening. Like you will have a big smile on your face. So it takes a lot of, everything that is very nice takes a lot of pain, work, discipline. So to always be brave, to do what's best every day, and it doesn't work every day good, but it's when it's not working and it's hard that you will accomplish your best results. Like to work on the bad days, not only on the good days.
Oh, great, very well said. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here, and I'm really looking forward to having you back in class. I hope we can all get back into class soon.
Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah, but I'd love to talk to you more in the future about more about Lebanon and about ballet in Lebanon, and we can discuss some more deeper subjects and things like
sure.
that. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really
Maybe you will
appreciate
come one day to give a workshop in
Oh,
Lebanon.
absolutely. That's my dream. That's
It
what
would be
Ballet
great.
Rising is all about. So hopefully that'll happen.
After COVID,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for you, and I really enjoyed it. To talk about something I love. It's been a long time.
Great.
Thank you.